Hello everyone, this is David Arroyo and I'm here to talk about the last and final entry of the 2019 Inktober challenge. Here you can see the 31 entries that I've made this year, and here are the ones that we're going to be discussing today in this video: 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 and 31. We are going to look first at some modifications that I did in the previous one. So 21 and 23 have become taller, as you can see. And I've also made some minor modifications on 24, 25 that I've handed in last week. And here you can see the arm on 25 changed a bit and some detailing on number 24's pants and stuff. Right, let's dig down into these first. As usual, you can find these also on my Instagram account, which the description is below, and also the previous videos, which are 1 to 5. You can also see them in the descriptions below. Just click on the link, it will take you to the playlist, and there you go. Okay, now let's look at the ones that I've been drawing here. So these next few are just inhabitants that live inside the fortified cities of the Union, so they're not part of any gang or any like law enforcement or any of that. This is basically what people look like within the fortified cities of the Union. As you've noticed, they don't have any weapons, they don't have any guns, they don't have any, like, you know, they're just normal people having normal lives, right? And these ones that you see here are more like the better off ones, you know, the ones that are, I'd say, in one of the better class regions. So the important thing to note about the fortified cities of the Union is that they have regions that are like, they have different classes, right? So the best region is a class 1 region, and the lowest possible region is a class 5 region. Now, it's important to understand that in a class 1 region, only citizens of a class 1 can live. So, you know, if you're a class 1 citizen, then you have access to a home in a class 1 region. And if you're a class 2 citizen, you have access to a home in a class 2 region. You can also have one in lower classes, but not in a class 1. Okay, so you have to basically earn your way to the top. That's how the fortified cities of the Union work. And even a class 5, which is the lowest possible region or class that you can be as a citizen, they still have a better life than the people outside in the outlands. The outlands, like I said, it's really a mess. I mean, based on the previous entries that you've seen how people have to carry weapons, guns, knives, gas masks just to, you know, breathe in some type of air that's breathable. Whereas inside the fortified cities of the Union, the air is much better. They have all kinds of technology to keep the toxic levels at a absolute minimum, especially in the class 1 regions where only the wealthy and rich and, you know, the celebrities, they live. They have perfect air, they have perfect everything. They live almost like kings and queens. So there you go. That describes a little bit of how people live inside the fortified cities. As you can see here, the designs, they are also a little bit more detailed than I started off with. So for those of you that have been following these series, you would have noticed that the detailing now is really pretty much like as I do for a comic book. In a way, it's very good that Inktober has come to an end, because if I had to keep doing this, then wow, you know, the detailing really started to get quite detailed. I mean, all you have to do is just look at entries 1, 2, and 3. And then look at these entries 26, 27, 28. You'll see a big difference in details and quality, all that kind of stuff. Now, a good thing also is that at the end of this video, I will be showcasing every single entry again, so you can see it, you know, one after the other. I won't be speaking during these, you know, during the showcase. Instead, I'll just be playing a song that I actually made myself when I was, I don't know, like around 18 or 20 years old. So that's like more than 15, 16 years ago. Right. So anyway, so here you can see I'm adding some final last details on the clothing, as I thought that was quite a nice touch. Especially also it gives that feeling of sophistication, and it makes people feel like they're living in a good environment where there's not too much crime. Here entries 29, 29, 30, and 31. They're all about the robots that exist inside the fortified cities of the Union. So the world of Reset is filled with robots. Okay, and all these robots are kind of, let's say, controlled to some degree by the Union, at least the software that they run on. Okay, because if it's not a certified software that is running the robot, then it's considered an illegal robot. Like I said, the Union likes to really keep a tight control on all of the things that happen inside of their walls. So they really want to make sure that, you know, things just don't go wrong, you know, and also, like explained in the previous videos, they really fear robots taking over control, or an AI system becoming smarter than them, which is not something that is in their interest. Now, also maybe interesting to note is that the leaders of the fortified cities, they are very, very augmented themselves. So they're humans, but they have a lot of technology installed into them. They are assisted by very complicated AI systems. So how much of them is human, how much of them is machine, I don't know. It's maybe like a 50-50 case, but their human side of things is still in control, that's for sure. This they know for sure, and that's because of the way that they've programmed the artificial intelligence. Like I said, this is something that they continuously monitor to make sure that no artificial intelligence is created that could potentially overthrow the Union in any way, shape, or form. And so there you go. So this first robot that I'm adding some details to right now, that's just a standard normal robot that just walks around, helps people around the house. It's the one that you'll find anywhere. You know, and they can modify these robots to do pretty much anything, but normally they're just house robots, robots in hospitals, garbage men. They're very standard. The one in the middle is basically a maintenance type of robot. So these are the ones that you'll see in construction sites that help construct buildings. You know, anything to do with construction, maintenance, you know, work that requires a lot of precision and all that type of stuff. That's number 30. And 31 I thought was also interesting to show, because these robots are basically educators. See, the Union has a very strict way of life, or it's actually not very strict, but it's more like a very clear set of rules. So there isn't necessarily a religion in Reset, but there is more of a way of life, and that way of life is very much dictated and supported by the Union. They push that forward, and robots like number 31 does that. It's kind of like a priest, but for the belief system of the Union. And again, if you follow that belief system, then you know that helps you quite a lot. So here you have them, number 26, 27, 28, number 29, 30, and 31. You can also find them on my Instagram account, and the link is in the descriptions below. And here you have all 31. So let's have a quick look at the recap.